Whether you're writing from a cat's perspective or a being from Chiron Beta Prime, it's easy to fall into the trap of giving the non human very human motivations. While I've shared notes from the pros on this topic before, let's return. Science fiction and fantasy is filled with entities that are fundamentally not like humans in the way that they think, feel, and perceive the world. How does one write what one cannot understand? Must supernatural or alien entities have some recognizable human characteristics? Our authors reveal ways in which they bring alien psychology and motivations to life and discuss best examples from film and literature. Welcome back to Morgan's Writing Tips and Writerly Musings with writing tips from the pros and, of course, my own writerly musings. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, back today with Let Me Tell You About the Very Alien. They are different from you and me. Notes from the pros at ShyCon 8, otherwise known as WorldCon 80. The panelists for the titular panel were Carolyn M. Joachim, Catherine M. Valente, and Kevin Wabunsi, moderated by Derek Kunskin. So, first off, let's talk about what is quote unquote alien. Well, before we can even answer that, we have to think about what is human. On the cellular level, humans are actually entire ecosystems, and the balance of gut bacteria and skin mites influence our actions a lot more than I think most of us are comfortable with. For the alien, we can take inspiration from beings on Earth, from the strange to the everyday to the extremophile organisms living beside hydrothermal vents deep in the ocean. While storytellers could describe an alien being as simply a hyper intelligent shade of blue, the completely alien is hard for readers to grasp and probably harder to write. Even with our tales of elder gods, we want at least the tiniest inkling of understanding for ourselves and our readers of those characters. Either our stories that we tell about the alien will be about how the aliens affect humans, the aliens alone, or we probably need a way to communicate with the aliens. So let's talk about some considerations for developing your aliens. The biggest one, first of all, contemplate how biology influences needs. With hive creatures, a large majority are asexual. So, what are their motivations? It's not to reproduce. But that leads us into what are the species' mating rituals? What about sexual dimorphism? How does that present? We want to think about births. Are they creatures that birth in large numbers so that hopefully a few will survive to adulthood? Or do they care for a few select young? We need to think about how different creatures have different length of lifespans. A tree versus a fly. For creatures such as jellyfish or sea kelp or fungi, how would they relate to humanity? They're not hunters or gatherers like most of the fish and, mammals that we typically think about as creatures. They wait for something to die, crawl in or get blown there or what have you, and find a host slash home slash dinner combined. We do need to think about how fungus has a massive impact on our world. Fun fact I learned at the panel, there's a fungus that lives on cicadas and eats their butts and produces meth that birds eat. Okay. Anyway, hopefully you're amused like I was. Um, we have trees that help convert CO2 more than they actually need for themselves to support the ecosystem around them. And we need to think about how we've got evidence that there are generational effects of trauma that have been found in our descendants' microbiomes. So, how trauma affects, even generations ago, the current health of a species. So, after biology, we have to think about how, number two, to the alien, they are the normal one. But do you recognize, if you're describing everything the humans do in a judgy, how weird kind of way, that is a trope? Lean into it or not, but it has been done before. And one major approach that a lot of writers take is, when writing your alien, treat them like magic. Not in the hand wavy bit, but in that you give a premise to what sort of creature they are, and then you keep it internally consistent. Um, Three, for considering for your aliens, make their cultures as diverse as human ones. A whole planet won't believe one certain way unless it's like a hive mind. Have dissidents, have rebels, and traditionalists all in conflict. Have different belief sets and religions in different places. Tip four, consideration is, most stories actually only need to go down 2 layers. Why do the aliens do thing? Because of thing. But why? Because of other thing. Note, for stories being submitted to the magazine Analog, they do actually prefer 3 to 4 layers, but that's a specialty market. And tip five, explore how some seemingly related phenomenons in our world often aren't. Humans and animals often create rituals based on linking a desired or undesired outcome with actions they took. Sometimes they're actually linked, but sometimes there are forces beyond our narrow view influencing things. Um, One of the panelists, Catherine Valente, told of her 4-year-old dancing for the bird outside the window who was fluttering around. Uh, so, some examples from the panel of media examples. Let's start off with the slightly troublesome. Star Trek had the problem of rubber-headed humans. It's insufficiently diverse for what sort of creatures could be out there. For recommendations, we start off with Adrian Tchaikovsky's Children of Time, in which the children have fundamentally different thoughts and assumptions. Ken Liu's Timekeeper Symphony and Three Body Problem trilogy. Octavia Butler's Xenogenesis trilogy and The Blood Child. Uh, Ian M. Banks, Charlie Strauss's Neptune's Brood. Robert L. Forward's Dragon's Egg has multiple generations of alien for a single human hour. David Brenn's Uplift series, and Hal Clement's Heavy Planet Duology. These are all linked below. So let me know, do you have any favorite alien portrayals? Any disappointments that stuck with you? Let us know what we should be emulating and what we should try to avoid. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for tuning in, and see you again next week. Bye bye.